Hola amigos, ¿cómo estás? Welcome back to the channel. Mexico have just got done beating El Salvador 2-0 away from home. Um, what a game. Let's get straight into it. So obviously the first thing we need to talk about is Alexis Vega's injury. Obviously he gets the start, which I'm always happy about. I'm always happy with Vega getting a start for the national team. Um, and I was hoping for a big game from him, to be honest with you. He's been a little bit quiet for both Mexico and for Chivas in a few while, this whole season pretty much so far. And obviously he gets injured his ankle again. I say again because it seems to be a recurring issue now. When you stop and you think about it, you realize that he played most of last season. Um, the Olympics, and he's been playing for the national team in his World Cup qualifiers as well. Plus, Chivas this season, so he's been he's played a lot of games in like the last calendar year. So as everyone knows that his ankle's not really had much time to heal. Um, so hopefully it was just a precaution of him coming off. Hopefully it was just something that wasn't gonna um, help him continue playing the game, and hopefully he's just I want to be safe and sorry. I'm hoping now that he's going to stay off the field for I don't know. I'll give it a month to be honest with you. He doesn't absolutely need to be playing for Chivas at the moment. Chivas are going to be Chivas no matter what, whether he plays or not. So hopefully he has a bit of a rest now, and hopefully his injury is not too bad. It's just like a slight sprain or something, and hopefully he can just have a bit of a rest and come back even stronger because he needs to kind of nip this ankle issue in the bud for me, because otherwise this is going to keep going and going and going. And then obviously going straight into it, not too long after that, Hector Moreno scores a goal. A lovely cross coming in, he headers it in. Brilliant goal, perfectly timed as well. El Salvador giving Mexico a little bit of issues. Um, not long after Vega left, and this goal kind of really shut them up, shut the crowd up. The crowd were massively loud today. You know, I guess that's how it always is at El Salvador. But yeah, the goal really quieted the whole team and quieted the crowd as well. And Mexico pretty much dominated that rest of that first half. I reckon the last like 25 minutes or so. Mexico it was just all Mexico. I just couldn't really get an end product again, which seems to be an ongoing issue as well for Mexico. Going into the second half, more of the same really. They started the second half the way they finished the first half, just in control. El Salvador never really troubled Ochoa at all in this whole game. I'm hard pressed to think of any time they've actually had a shot. Um, but then it kind of went to weird. It kind of went to crap. Like around the 60th minute, 65th minute. What can I say? Araujo gets himself sent off stupidly. I think it's a rare thing for Araujo to kind of lose his head like that. Absolutely deserved of a red, in my opinion. Well, second yellow. He was already on the yellow card. So it was deserved. I'm not disputing the card. I'm just disputing his mindset and why he thought that. I would like to know what he thought he was doing. And then it kind of just put Mexico in a little bit of trouble for a good 10, 15 minutes. Pretty much right up to the end of the game, to be honest with you. I mean, El Salvador kind of got revived from that. It was 10-10. The crowd was obviously back up and roaring again, so it was a bit nervy. You could just totally see Mexico conceding a stupid goal and getting a draw when they really, really should have won this game. So the Jimenez came on, which I thought was I'm completely okay with. Seems to be this mentality still of just like wrapping him up in cotton wool and protecting him, and like bro, like I've watched him play like 5 games for Wolves and he's played all 90 minutes of all of those games. At one point he even taken his headgear off and playing without it. So I don't have that kind of squeamish worry when it comes to Jimenez. I think Jimenez is back. I think he's fully fit. I think he's completely over his surgery and his injury. Excuse me. I'm not absolutely I'd rather have Jimenez on the pitch for Mexico, to be honest with you. Even in a game like this where it's in San Salvador and kicking everyone and very very physical. But I had no problem with him coming on. I think he's back to normal. Like I said, um, Premier League is not exactly a soft league either. There's tackles flying in everywhere in that league. So the fact that he's managed what 4 or 5 games now for Wolves, for me, proves that he's back and he doesn't need to be mollycoddled anymore. Um, so yeah, and then obviously he wins the penalty and then scores it, and it was a brilliant penalty. I mean, 9.5 times out of 10, Jimenez is going to score that penalty. So all in all, a good game for Mexico in the sense that it's 3 points. Absolutely must win game. We had to win that game. Um, and yeah, the Moreno goal kind of settled things out for a little bit. The Araujo sending off kind of threw it up all in the air, and anything could have happened in that last 10-15 minutes. And then Jimenez comes in, does what he was brought in to do, and which was to score a goal. I mean, I tweeted out that he's going to score a goal because that's what he brings to the table. And Funes Mori, for me, had an hour or so in this game, did absolutely nothing for me. So I was completely happy with Jimenez coming on the pitch. And yeah, he goes and scores the second goal and gets a good, comfortable win. I mean, on paper, it looks good, 2-0. Um, People say, oh, they were gifted a penalty, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, you can't complain about the red card because Araujo got himself sent off, deservedly so. So it was even for at least 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes even. And the penalty was deserved. So, it's not like it was a soft penalty, it was a clear penalty. Um, so it was deserved, and Mexico deserved to win this game. Let's not even hide that fact. Um, Completely dominant pretty much throughout the game, apart from like a 10-15 minute spell after Araujo got his red. And yeah, it's pretty good now. Mexico's still top of the table at the moment. Almost clear. I mean, if Costa Rica had beaten US men's national team, that would have been sick. But it is what it is. Mexico is still top, which is good. Going to playing the US in the first game of the November round, so that should be an interesting game. I think the winner out of that, will probably finish top of the table. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I mean these 3 games are all over now. The October games, 7 points. What I said at the beginning was the goal. The goal was to get at least 7 points, and we did that. So onwards and upwards. Still no loss, no L yet. So let's keep that going. Massively confident for the next round. And yeah, we march on. So yeah, pretty much that's pretty much it for me for these October games. I hope you enjoyed them. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the El Salvador game. I tweeted out that they're pretty much the Stoke City of CONCACAF. I stand by that. If you see a team that's just sole purpose is to just kick the other players, and disrupts the game by just fouling and fouling and fouling, and then crying when you get fouled. That's Stoke City all over. I mean, probably not now. I don't know. I've not watched Stoke in about 4 years because they've been not in the Premier League, so I don't know how they play now. But I remember Stoke being exactly like that. So yeah, it was quite funny. But yeah, we'll go back. We'll be back in November for the next 3 games. Stick around for that, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.